Keep the ball. It's like a steam out Brom. That is brilliant.
You know what? If you win here, I may as well just give up. No.
I'm going to win.
Oh, you bastard! All right, everybody, welcome back to a very, very cold match preview for Hull versus Sunderland on Saturday.
Well, can I stop you there?
What?
You don't pronounce the H.
Hull.
It's Hull.
Hull.
Hull. You don't pronounce the H down there. It's Hull. If there's any Hull fans watching, they'll not know who you're talking about if you pronounce the H.
Hull.
Hull.
So it's Hull. Stephen's full of card off the West Brom game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My voice is a bit deeper than usual.
He's very ill. Right, before we get on with the video, the people who got the correct score for the second game in a row is none of yous. Yous are as bad as us. Well, as bad as me. As bad as me, he's 3-0 up. But nobody got the correct score, so do us a favour, comment your score prediction and we'll mention you in the next match preview. That's if you get us rating anyway. And another thing I'd like to mention, do you know when I mentioned the like target? We've got 100 extra likes. So they did forget. The useless so-and-sos, I was going to swear there, but I changed my mind. You did forget.
So but, just if you hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, just subscribe. It's Christmas.
Subscribe to the #1 YouTube channel in the North East.
Oh, that's a bold statement.
Fuck it. In the world, never mind the North East.
Calm down.
It's the cold that's getting to us. Right, we'll start with a Hull, Stephen. Do you want to crack off with this one?
Right. Hull. They've had an up and down season so far. They've won 7, drew 4, and they've lost 11. They've scored 25 and they've conceded 39. They've conceded more goals than any other team in the league, so they've got the worst defence.
Yep.
They have changed managers throughout the season so far. They are playing slightly better football now. They went to Watford in the last game and they got a 0-0 draw, which it's a decent result, it really is, especially when they're down the bottom. I think they're 4th off bottom, but like we said, that doesn't mean out at the minute. They've only won 1 in the last 6 games, so that yes, they might have turned it around as in they're not getting humped as much anymore, but they've still only won 1 in the last 6.
Humped. Quickly, their home form, Stephen. I'd like to touch upon that and all. Absolutely, well, listen, we can't say much because our home form's bad. They've lost 4 in the bounce at home, and they've lost 7 in 12 at home, which it's good for us. It's in our hands, really. Well, I'm saying this that every game's different, but it does gang good for us because our away form is better than our home form. And like you say, theirs is terrible. You never know what can happen.
I'm pretty confident what's going to happen. Like.
No, yeah?
Aye, but we'll get there later on.
Right, we'll get there. Oh, yeah, score prediction. Fuck me. Right, anyway.
Couple of players, I was looking through the whole squad, right?
Aye. And
it's hard to pick standout players and things to watch. I mean, their top goal scorers, Oscar...
I left this one to you.
Estupinan. I don't know if that's the pronunciation, but Oscar Estupinan. However, he's got 8 goals this season and 1 assist. But I think he's injured. He hasn't been involved the last few games.
He wasn't in the Watford game, no.
You know, he hasn't been involved the last few games, so I think he's out injured. A lad called Tyler Smith's been playing up front, and he hasn't been scoring many goals this season. They've got a few midfielders who's popping up every now with a couple of goals. You've got Ozan Tufan.
The Turk.
Yeah, with a name like Ozan Tufan, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Then you've got Demetrios Pelkas. He's there like Pritchard, if you will. He plays in the same position as Pritchard does what for us. And you've got Jacob Greaves. They've all popped up with 2 goals and a few assists. So in the games that they have improved on, they've been quite effective from the midfield.
Right.
And they've also got a young defender who likes getting forward. I believe he plays on the right-hand side. I could be wrong. But Regan Slater, he's got 3 goals and he's got 1 assist from defence.
I think you might be wrong. I think it's Cyrus Christie who plays at right back.
Okay, well Regan Slater must be on the other side then.
I think
he's in defence somewhere, all right. He's somewhere in the back line, all right. And he's popped up with a few goals, so he could be one to watch when they're going on the attack.
Funny you should mention that, Stephen. There's another lad. I'm not sure if you mentioned him there because I wasn't really listening.
He never does.
Greaves. Did you mention Greaves?
Yes, Jacob Greaves.
He's got 2 goals and 2 assists, and I think
I've just freaking said that.
I think he plays left back.
Never listens to me.
Basically, the left back and the right back, they like to get forward a lot. And they've got 2 goals and 2 assists.
Right, I'll be honest with you. Jacob Greaves and Ryan Slater, right? Regan Slater. One of them's a midfielder, one of them's a defender.
Yeah, I think you've got the mixed up.
I might have, all right? I might have.
I'm being a bit of a twat to you today, aren't I? Well, you shouldn't be bad. It's your fault.
No, I have to apologise.
To be honest, I'm surprised you haven't kicked off with me for not coming to the match, are you?
No, I don't need to say anything. You never went because you were fucking scared of the cold. However, I had a good conversation with your son, and me and him were just slagging you off, so it was all right.
He told us. Little twat.
He called you a little puff and everything. He was like, he's fucking shite. I just want to mention as well, actually, just before I forget, sorry.
I go on.
Yesterday morning I went to the, here we go, Armed Forces Veterans Breakfast Club. Sunderland are the first club in the whole of the English football to sign up and get on board with this cause. Yesterday was the second one and I went along to it. There was some former players there. There was Jimmy Montgomery, Dick Malone, Gary Bennett, and there was Nick Barnes there off the radio.
Aye.
And there's basically they're doing big things, and it was good to see a group of Sunderland fans together. And it's a big thing to be involved in. And like I say, it's going to be continuing more and more. So I just want to say, well done, Sunderland, for being the first club to sign up to get on board with that.
Oh, that's amazing. Long may it continue. And you better mention the YouTube channel, everybody.
Oh, actually, there was a bloke he was in his early 90s.
No way.
I was stood there talking to a couple of my veteran mates, and this bloke came up. I mean, my mates laughed their head off because of the way he did it. This old bloke came up and he just went, YouTube. And my mate just burst laughing. He went, "You're always getting people call up going YouTube." And I was like, "Yeah, but I think he's in his 90s." And he says he loves watching me and him. I was like, "Oh, well, thanks very much."
Cheers for watching. Could you remember his name or not?
He didn't tell us.
Oh no, wait. Well, he'll know when he's watching this. It was who he was. Yeah, that's mad.
YouTube, and I was like, it was just mad because you had like people, there had footballers there that he remembers watching.
Aye.
And then he came out and said it was sport to me. I was like,
yeah, he's watching you.
Aye.
Crazy, man. Crazy. But anyway, Stephen, we know this is going to be a hard game. Listen, they need to bounce back from that terrible second half performance against West Brom on Monday night.
Rotherham, West Brom.
Aye, it's the kill, mate. But like I say, the second half, we were terrible. We just sat back and tried to hold on to a 1-0 lead.
But the thing, we went to a back five,
Aye.
which opened up a hole in the midfield to allow them to come bomb forward. And I think you said it in your preview that Jed Wallace, every ball he put in the box was brilliant.
He was.
And we didn't do nothing. When Jack Clark came on, I mean, I was surprised to see him drop, to be fair.
I see him.
But when he came on, he never pressed, and he was backing off, and he was letting them do things, and letting them get the cross in, and evidently they got a goal from one of them.
And Mowbray's substitutes were questionable, and also the fact that he didn't notice that problem with Jed Wallace. I noticed in the first half. Like all of the when we were live streaming, the chat was saying, I was talking to them about Jed Wallace. It's putting dangerous balls in after dangerous ball. It's going to cost us. And surely enough, second half it was far too late. The substitutes as well.
Mowbray wasn't happy with the performance.
No, he wasn't.
He openly said after the game, he says we stood off too much and we need to be attacking them more and pressing them more. So I think we're going to see a big change in the way we play on Saturday against Hull.
Oh, definitely. I think you're right. Regarding, I've got a few other things I want to talk about as well. Obviously, the performance wasn't the best. We've got to rectify it because we're only 5 points from Hull, who are in 21st, if we haven't mentioned yet. They've got 25 points. They've got 1 point more than Wigan and 1 point more than Blackpool. So it's a very tight league. We've got to win. I want to see us going up the table rather than down. But guess what, Stephen? Guess what I'm going to do? Take every game as it comes from now on. It's just opportunity to get 3 points and put points on the board. Take every game as it comes, like one game at a time, and see where we are come the back end of the season. And hopefully, for me, we'll get promoted. And do you know what I want to put my neck on the chopping block? I think we're going to get promoted. I really do. I'm not even bothered.
I think someone's been smoking crack.
Maybe a bit of crack, bit of fucking this, bit of that. You know what I mean?
But no, look, I said at the start of the season, mid-table, our class is a successful season. But with Stewart coming back and Dan Ballard coming back and possible improvements coming in January, there's no reason why we can't push on.
You're right. The reason why I'm so optimistic is regarding Ross Stewart, and Mowbray touched upon it in his press conference. He says the lad just wants to play football because they were asking about rumours about him moving. He says he doesn't watch social media in any way, shape or form, and he's got any. He hasn't said anything. He's not surprised if there is rumours regarding him moving because of how good he is. And he says regarding Stewart, his attitude is there where he wants to play for Sunderland. He wants to perform on the pitch and he's digging it in training. So for me, he's not gone anywhere. I don't care if people saying, oh, there's rumours here, there's rumours there. That's all it is, rumours. He's not, is he?
He got asked about Ross Stewart playing on Saturday, and he says, look, he wants to be wary of saying yes, because he said yes last week.
Aye.
And then something happened on this, and he didn't get involved in the squad. So he said that he had a very intense training session today, and he got through it all, no problems. He's going to have another training session tomorrow. If he gets through that, he says he'll be travelling with them down Hull, which means that there's a chance that he will be involved in the squad.
Aye. So all this talk about him, just not on
Also,
the
Michu, I think he's going to be travelling down, so he might be involved in the squad as well. We're going to wait and see.
He said Michu's going to get more opportunity come the further end of the season.
He reckons that the second half of the season we're going to see a lot of Michu.
Aye, which is very good considering the calibre of players he's trained with and learnt off. Also, regarding transfers, regarding Stewart's contract, Tony Mowbray doesn't have any which way, shape or form anything to do with that, because that's not his job really, he was saying. And he says about budget, and he doesn't know nothing about the budget, nothing about how much they've got to spend. It's all on Speakman
behind the scenes. He said he's been involved in some of the conversations, but ultimately it's out of his hands. And I think the way he said it, what came across to me was that he's happy with that.
Oh, he knew that before he signed.
Yeah, he knew that before he signed. It's one less thing for a manager to worry about.
Of course.
He said in his last club, he knew the ins and outs of everything. He used to have the freaking budget in front of him. He knew what wages they could spend, what money they could spend, what they had left over, this, that and the other. So that's an extra thing to worry about. Now, all he gets to concentrate on is training the players and get them ready for the game ahead.
And anyway, Stephen, quickly, because you've got to go on, your score prediction.
But before I do score predictions, I've wrote down there, right, lineups.
Oh,
the lineup is anyone's guess.
I tried.
I had a look at it now. I even tried writing thing down. You can't say this, but the scribbles, because I just scribbled everything out.
I've done the same.
The lineup, right? I don't know what it's going to be. I don't even think Mowbray knows what it's going to be. I think he's like freaking, what's he called? Mike Bassett. I think he writes it on a fag packet on the way down. We've got players that are available on the bench. I think Clark will start. And for me, Serkin's got to start, but we'll have to wait and see on Monday.
That's what I think.
But going on to score predictions, do you want to go first?
No.
I guarantee we're not going to go for the same scoreline.
Go on then.
Right, I'm confident. They've got the worst defence in the league, and although they might be turning things around, the power at home, we're good away. After the second half performance against West Brom, we're going to be all guns blazing, I believe. I think he's going to have us attacking well. And what we've got on offer in our attack and third, I think it's going to be too much. I'm going 4-0 Sunderland.
Well, do you know, it's about time we did hammer it.
Exactly.
It's about
4-0 Sunderland.
I love your optimism. Listen, quickly touching upon lineup, Stephen. If you can't two up top, that means a midfielder.
Two up top.
Two up top. I forgot when I played Millwall this week. Two up top. You've got someone has to be sacrificed. And are you going to drop Ahmad? Are you going to drop Clark?
Drop Ahmad.
Yeah, it's exactly. So for me, I think he still will go with just one up top. Will it be Stewart? Will it be Sims? It'll be Sims, and Stewart will come on more 10-15 minutes to go near the end, something like that. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully he does go two up top. I would love to see us just go all out attack, but I can't see that happening. No. With all that, I think in the last 5 games, I know they've only picked up 5 points, but they haven't really conceded like 5, 6, 4, whatever. They've only got beat 3-1 of Middlesbrough, so I'm going to go for Sunderland 2-1 win. That's my reasoning for that one. The 0-0, they've 0-0 with Millwall. They showed a load of heart coming back from 2-1 down against Cardiff, and they won 3-2. Like I say, it's only Middlesbrough put 3 past them, so 2-1 Sunderland.
I'm still going 4 now.
You say he's gone 4 now.
How are the lads?
Oh, you know what? If you win it, I may as well just give up. No.
I'm going to win.
Oh, you bastard!
See us on Saturday. Me and Paul will be doing a live stream. See us on Saturday. Tune in. Have a big crack. How are the lads?